I was born with what's called cerebral palsy. My cerebral palsy came from a lack of oxygen. Most babies are born at 40 weeks, and I was born at about 28. God has been good to me, and I want to tell you about my cerebral palsy story. The doctor told my mother that he may have to take me to save her life. My mother told my father if she had to choose between her and the baby, to choose the baby. My grandmother asked her, "Are you crazy?" You see, because my mother has 9 children, and I'm the 9th child. My grandmother asked her, said, "Who is going to take care of those other 8 children?" And I actually have 12 brothers and sisters altogether. I have 8 on my mother's side and 4 on my father's side. And I'm the youngest of all of them. Well, while my mother was going through, she really was going through. She had to have a blood transfusion. They transfused her for 7 days. She said she was laying in a hospital bed and asking God, what you gonna do? And she said the Lord spoke back in her spirit, "My grace is sufficient for thee. My strength is made perfect in weakness." Some doctor told her, he said, "Let nature take its course." Another nurse told her, secretly, women, when they get your age, they don't want the baby. They tried to get my mother to take a test, and the test could abort me, or I could come out mentally challenged. My mother said, "I'm not taking that test." And she even told on the nurse that tried to tell her about getting rid of me on the sly. The day that my mother had me, she didn't have me normally. They had to cut her and do a C-section. But they had to do a C-section under local, which means she was woke while they was cutting her. But God let us both live. I'm 38, and my mother is still living too. So the next time you want to know about what God can do, look at me. I live when the doctor didn't know what was going to happen. God is amazing, and he can do all things. I told my story to encourage somebody else. No matter what you're going through, no matter what bad habits you have, when you feel like giving up, remember God can, because there is nothing too hard for him. Doctors may say one thing, nurses may say another, but God got the last say so.